everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I bring to you another guest dinner menu, which I know you all love to watch these kind of videos. So on Saturday I had a get together at my place with some of my close friends, and these are the previous day preps that I made some homemade gulab jamun. Sorry, couldn't really shoot the full recipe, but these turned out super yummy and super soft. Next, I also made on the previous day some veg momos because I had some guests who were going to be vegetarians, and I chopped some cabbage, carrot, capsicum, ginger, garlic, and spring onions, and then I took a wok and added some oil, added all the vegetables and the ginger garlic, and added some salt, some soya sauce, and some black pepper, and cooked it for a while. And then, as usual, made the dough in some all-purpose flour and filled it up and froze it for the night. And the next day I then steamed it, which I will show you later in the process. They turned out super yummy. Trust me, you can just make these in batches and keep them in the freezer, and they work well for around 15 to 20 days. Just cook these vegetables slightly, but they shouldn't be like totally crunchy, but they shouldn't be like totally cooked as well. So this is my house help helped me to make these because we had to make quite a lot of them, and this is how I made them. I don't really know how to make the authentic pleating of the momos, so this is the simple type that I make, because ultimately I feel it's just gonna go in your tummy, right? So any shape doesn't matter, but yeah, this looks quite presentable and it's really very simple as well.
Hey guys, good morning. It's the Saturday morning and today I'm having a small get together with friends at my place, and I am going to be doing all the cooking. So I'll take you through and I'll show you what all I cook for this guest dinner menu. So come with me. For now I need to make some preps, which is some marinations and stuff like that. And I'm going to be wearing my apron now because a lot of work to do, guys. Let's get started.
So let's start by making the butter chicken. For butter chicken, I took some chicken breast and I made them into small pieces. I'm using my homemade yogurt here. So for 2 kg of chicken, I have added 1 full cup of yogurt and sprinkled some generous amount of chaat masala, salt, lemon juice, turmeric powder, red chili powder, coriander powder, jeera powder, garam masala, kasuri methi, and some oil, and I'm going to let this settle and marinate for a while. And I'm also going to add some chopped mint and coriander leaves, which will give a nice flavor to the chicken once it is cooked. So I'm adding all this and then I'm going to keep it for a while. Then in a cooking vessel, I'm going to add some generous amount of oil and then add some sliced onions. So for around 2 kg of the chicken, I have added around 8 sliced onions along with some jeera, and I've also roughly chopped some tomatoes. So even the onions can be roughly chopped since we are going to be grinding all this masala later on. We just basically need to cook this well. So I've added the onions and I'm going to add a little bit of salt so that they get done quickly. And here I am grooving to some music. I also don't remember what was that, but yeah, just some time pass in the kitchen. And then I have added some green chilies to it, ginger garlic paste, and I'm going to cook this for a while and then add the chopped tomatoes. So I have taken around 10 tomatoes and roughly chopped them, and then I'm going to add this to the onions. So one thing to remember here is if you really want some nice taste in the gravy, then whenever you bring coriander from the market, do not throw the stems. The stems are really tasty. You can make chutneys, dips, and also add it in cooking. So I'm adding these coriander stems, some whole dry red chilies, kasuri methi, and the tomatoes now. And then I'm going to add some masalas. I'm going to add some salt, then red chili powder, turmeric powder, garam masala, coriander powder, and I'm going to mix this well. One more thing to remember whenever we are making butter chicken is the taste of butter chicken comes with fresh cardamom. So add some cardamom pods, around 5 to 6. Here you can see that I'm adding them, and then add the masalas as I mentioned previously and keep mixing this. Also I'm adding some cashew nuts, that is to thicken the gravy, basically also gives a little bit of taste. So I'm adding a handful of cashews, and then I'm going to let this gravy cook, this mixture cook, and then we are going to cool it and grind it in the mixer. And also add some butter, because since it's butter chicken, makhan to banta hai boss. And once while it is cooking and it cools down, make sure you air fry the chicken. You can also air fry it, or you can put it in the griller. If you do not have any of these, then please you can do it on the gas as well. Next up is the chicken sukkah. So this is the masala powder for the chicken sukkah. My camera suddenly stopped recording. I do not know why, but yeah, sometimes non-living things also act funny, you know. So I'm going to mention all that ingredients in the top screen above. Dry roast all that and grind it and keep. Meanwhile, the chicken is ready. It's air fried. The gravy has also been, we've pureed the gravy, and now I'm going to add all this chicken to the gravy. Then add some generous amount of cream, some sugar to balance the taste, and also a little bit more of butter, and mix it well. Give it like 1 or 2 boils and the butter chicken is ready. Yummy butter chicken. I remember having this butter chicken, obviously a really different type of butter chicken in Mumbai in the butter chicken factory in Bandra. Also now the masala is ready. This is the dry masala powder. We don't need to really make it very fine, but yeah, just little coarse. For the chicken, I'm also dry roasting some fresh coconut till it browns, and also marinating the chicken with some salt, lemon juice, and some turmeric powder. In this way, all the salt is properly infused into the chicken. This is a South Indian recipe, so make sure you keep lots and lots of curry patta, that is curry leaves, handy. And the essence, or basically the taste of this dish, comes with desi ghee. So in a pot I am taking some desi ghee, and little bit of oil, and we need thinly sliced onions. So I've taken around, for 2 kgs of chicken, around 7 to 8 thinly sliced onions. First I'm going to add the curry patta or the curry leaves into the ghee and oil, and then adding the thinly sliced onions. I'm going to fry this for a while. Add some ginger garlic paste to it, and at this point, trust me, the aroma that this pot was giving was really delicious aroma. I can't even explain to you. It was really good because of the aroma of the ghee was all getting into my head. But yeah, I was actually controlling myself, but it was like really so yummy. Okay, now I'm going to add the chicken, the marinated chicken, and there is no tomato for this dish, by the way, so it's just the onions. And then I'm going to mix all of this nicely together. No need to add any water because the salt and the onions are enough to make the gravy, and we have to anyways dry all the gravy. So I'm going to cover this and cook it for a while. Once the chicken is cooked, and as you can see that it has released a lot of water, I'm going to add the spice powder. So I'm adding the entire spice powder to this because the quantity is quite a lot. I was actually skeptical whether the spice powder is going to be enough for the chicken, but yes, it was enough. And now as you add the spice powder, slowly by slowly, keep the lid open, and all the water is going to slowly evaporate, and you will have a nice and a semi-dry, thick sort of a gravy which you can have with your parotas or your rotis, or just as a side with any of your rice items. And then I'm going to add to this the roasted coconut which we did in the first step, and let it be just on high flame so that all the water evaporates and becomes semi-dry. And this delicious chicken sukkah is ready. Top it up with a lot of coriander. Trust me, you make this dish. It was the star of the dinner, and everyone was asking me for the recipe of this. Here I am tasting, and I really couldn't control. I was like, एक रोटी मिल जाए तो मैं अभी इसको वहीं पे एक दो चार पीस खा लूँ. Anyways, coming up next with the chicken kebab balls, I'm going to take some minced chicken and add to it some finely chopped onion and green chilies, coriander leaves, ginger garlic paste. And I'm going to mix all this well. Then add to it juice of 1 lemon, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, salt, cardamom powder, red chili powder, garam masala, coriander powder, and a little bit of butter, and mix all of this well. I'm going to make some kebab balls out of this. That is, again, make some small balls and dip them in a little bit of breadcrumbs and deep fry them. For the starters, again I had made another vegetarian dish, that is some potato cheese garlic balls, and these also turned out super yummy. Made them first time, but it was really good. I saw a recipe on one of the bloggers' channel. I boiled some potatoes well ahead in the morning and then grated them, added some grated garlic, again fresh garlic. I pressed it in the garlic press basically, And then I added to it salt, some 2 tablespoons of corn flour, some basic spices like you can also add some oregano. I skipped it here, but you can add oregano. I added chili flakes and black pepper along with some grated cheese. Mixed all of this, made it like a dough, and then made small balls out of it. Dipped them again in some breadcrumbs and deep fried them. For the dessert, I made some homemade Shrikhand, and this again was the star of the dinner, star dessert. So, this is homemade yogurt which I strained and removed all the whey by straining it in batches for a few days. Okay, finally, this hung curd got collected. Then I added to it powdered sugar, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and then some saffron which I had soaked in a little bit of milk, and then garnished it with lots and lots of pistachios, some cardamom powder, and some almonds. Mix all of this well and freeze it. Trust me, this dessert, the yogurt, sweet yogurt as the Western people would call it, and we call it Shrikhand, turned out super creamy and super yummy. I also made some simple jeera rice to go with it, giving it the tadka of some jeera and bay leaf. The rice was pre-boiled. And when you have guests coming over, you need to take out all your crockery, wash them, and then wipe them down, and then again after the party is over, the same process gets repeated, right? I'm sure all of you can relate. I love hosting parties. I love hosting my friends, family, relatives, and it's really a good feeling to cook for them. So I really thoroughly enjoyed my day. And my husband was like, just go to sleep for an hour. You'll be tired by evening. And I did not get tired at all, actually. I love cooking. So when you love cooking, when you love doing something that you love the most, you don't actually get tired, right? So by evening, I made the balls and dipped them in some breadcrumbs and deep fried them in two separate and kept them. And later on, we warmed this in the oven. My husband didn't want me to be doing all this when the guest would come over, so I made this an hour before they arrived. And I'm all decked up ready. This suit, this dress I got from India, from Naz by Noor. You can check out their Instagram page. They do have a very nice collection. And then we played a lot of games, and it was a fun time with friends, chit-chatting, jokes, and lots of laughter. I also made some safe puri for the starter. So these puris are market bought, and I buy them from an Indian store here. And these puris are really nice, crispy and fresh. I'm going to add to it some potato, which I have just added salt, red chili powder and some chaat masala to it, mixed it, and adding that, then some onion, tomato, some sweet and spicy chutney. So I like to make my chutney all in one, that is 2 in 1, sweet, spicy, tangy, all in one. I like to make it. Instead of adding 3 to 4 different types of chutneys, just make one and you're sorted. So adding that and then some chaat masala and topping it up with the nylon save. This was also super yummy and everyone loved it. In all, the food turned out really awesome. Everybody enjoyed the food, the games, and it was a fun night with everyone.
All the lines, two full houses, and the end is a snowball. So the snowball is the last number called out.
Okay. She knows.
This guy knows everything.
Okay. ये गंदी गंदी कर रहा है. क्या हुआ आगे बढ़ो हुआ का क्या है अलिफ से गाना
Thank you all for watching and staying connected with me, showering love and appreciating my videos. See you all the next time. Do hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time with a new video. Take care. Bye.